Welcome back to another episode of Hey, Have You Seen That Film? Where today we'll be going further back than we have before to 1968. So this is a lost film of the 60s. This particular film is titled Never a Dull Moment, starring the wonderful, talented Dick Van Dyke. The story is about a man who is an actor, and he's just kind of going from job to job, has little bits on TV shows and here and there. And one night while he's walking to one of his next productions, someone is following him in a dark alley. So he hides out in just a random warehouse where he's found by another guy who this guy thinks that Dick Van Dyke is actually a killer. A mob killer, and they need his help for a job. And so he picks Dick Van Dyke up and takes him back to the mob house, where it's at this point it's too late for Dick Van Dyke to kind of say, no, that's not me. And so he is stuck here pretending to be this big bad killer, when in reality he's far from that. And so, throughout the movie, he's trying to escape from this house because he doesn't want to, he knows if he gets caught, he's going to get killed. And at one point, the actual guy who's supposed to be the actual killer shows up, and, there's this funny scene where they have to prove to each other, they're trying to prove who's the actual killer, so they put them both in a room, turn off the lights, and say whoever ends up dead is going to be obviously not the guy we're wanting. Anyways, this is a funny comedy film. Anyone who knows Dick Van Dyke, and Dick Van Dyke is famous for Mary Poppins, the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I heard him once referenced as the grandfather of America, which I thought was the perfect way to explain Dick Van Dyke, because how many of us grew up watching him. And even more so, he was the Dick Van Dyke Show, one of my favorite TV shows. It played during the 60s. So, Dick Van Dyke is he's better at physical comedy, and, all in his expressions and his reactions. There's a big part of what makes anything he's in, and particularly Never a Dull Moment, such a fun film. It's always enjoyable to watch Dick Van Dyke. He's just somebody that I can sit and I'll laugh at. There's a few actors out there that, yes, they all probably have bad movies, but even in their bad movies, I'll laugh. Perfect example is Don Knotts. I love Don Knotts. He's had some bad movies, but even in some of those bad movies, I still laugh because it was Don Knotts, and it was still funny to me. But I'm not saying that Never a Dull Moment is a bad movie. I think it's a fun movie. It was produced by Disney, so it's one that you can definitely sit down with the whole family and watch and enjoy. And it's something that kids and adults can enjoy. There's something everyone can find within this film that they're going to laugh about. And so that's one of my favorite things about this movie. And I guess any movie. I just love being able to laugh. Sometimes it's fun. It's nice to come home after a long day, and when you're tired and worn out, and just say, I just want to laugh. This is one of those movies where the plot's not complicated. It's very easy to follow along, and there's a bunch of different scenes throughout it that just make you laugh. And it's just a simple film. And I think sometimes those are the best kind of films, where you don't have to think too much. It's not hard to follow along. You can come in at any point, and it doesn't take much explaining to understand what's going on in a movie. And so this is one that I highly recommend if you're a Dick Van Dyke fan, if you enjoy comedy capers, because there is, they are trying to rob a famous painting from a museum. That's, and Dick Van Dyke's character is hired, or the character he thinks is hired to take out the guards. So there's a scene at the end where they're chasing each other throughout the museum and trying to capture him, and there's just a lot of funny things. It was something that I laughed at when I was a kid, and it's something that I'm 25 now, and I think I watched it first when I was like 10 or 11. Yeah. And here I am today, still laughing at it. So I recommend this to anybody. It was I'd give it an A. I'd give it, a 9, 10. I'm an easygoing guy when it comes to certain movies, and this is just one of those ones that I love it. It's funny. So give it a watch and tell me your thoughts on it. Thanks for watching today. Take care.